Assalamu alaikum, grade 5. This is the summary video for today lesson. Today we did the exercise of lesson 5.3, silhouette and shadow puppets. So let's revise. Questions: draw a silhouette of a cat. Actually, what happened when you're drawing a silhouette? It's not the cat original. Because we are drawing the silhouette is what? It's the shadow. So we can write here the answer for this question. I'm writing up, okay, here because of less space. Silhouette must only be outline. Must only be outline of what? Of the cat. Of the cat. Must only be of, outline of the cat. Shaded. Shaded in black. Shaded in black when you're making a drawing. Because silhouette actually what? It's the, you can say, the shadow of the cat. Question number 2. Compare the light source of a traditional Indonesian. Compare the light source of traditional Indonesian shadow puppets show with the light source you used for your show. Because this one in Indonesian, sorry, traditional Indonesian shadow, this is in the past they are using, you can say, the bowl of fire. They are using bowl of fire because this was an ancient time, old time. But nowadays we are not using bowl of fire. We mostly using which is easy to access for us and which is not harmful for us, like a lamp or torch. So we are using mostly torch or lamp for this for this purpose. So we write here the traditional Indonesian shadow puppet. They are using what? Show used a bowl of fire. And nowadays, what we are using for what purpose? For the light, for the light source. And what about us? But we are using, but we used a lamp, or we are using, or we used a lamp. We used a lamp. Enough. You can write as you like, but the accurate meaning like this. In the ancient time or in the tradition Indonesian show, in their shows they are using mostly bowl of fire. And nowadays we are not using bowl of fire. In our show, we can use a torch or a light as a light source. Sorry, a lamp as a light source. Okay, boys, enough for here. Yeah, it's enough. Explain why. Explain why. I want to clear the screen. You can write it. Okay, explain why you could not use clear plastic to make shadow puppet. Explain why you could not use clear plastic to make shadow. You can hear clearly see it when we are making shadow. What we require? What are the property? What we require the most thing? Because the plastic pass through the light. From the plastic, pass through the light. Why pass through the light? Because plastic transparent. For making shadow, we need any object which block the light. Okay, any material which block the light. So what do you think, if you are using plastic, so there is any shadow created? No, obviously not. So we cannot use plastic, okay, as an object or as a material. So we write here, we could not use we could not use clear plastic. Why? Because this is transparent. The main reason we are not using this is transparent. If it is transparent, we cannot use it. And also we can say the would let a light through. Would let the light pass through. You can write it through, and it can move from inside, and 100%. And you would not get a shadow on the screen. On the screen. You can write until here, it's enough. We could not use clear plastic because this is transparent. This is transparent until here. If it is transparent, there is no any kind of shadow it's created. Question number 4. What properties must a material have to make a good shadow puppet? What properties must a material have to make a good shadow puppet? Any object, any material which blocked the light, so we can easily create the shadow behind him or any kind of show. If a transparent or translucent object, so the light can pass through it, maybe some light or all light. So it's useless, both transparent and they are useless, transparent and translucent. So we are using the third one. Okay, we are saying them opaque. Why opaque? Because it can block the light. So we write here, for this person, it must be opaque you to block light. Okay, boys, after this, the last thing what you have learned in this lesson. Okay, a silhouette is a solid image of a person or a scene, like sorry sense like a shadow. You can make one using black paper. Shadow puppet or silhouettes used to make a story on the screen. Shadow puppet, or you can say, what is shadow puppet? A story on the screen, which we are using mostly shadows. Okay, boys, done. Try to complete your classwork. Inshallah, in the next class, from the activity book, we complete our lesson. Goodbye. Assalamu alaikum. This week you have exam, so no any kind of homework. Inshallah, everything in the class with me. Goodbye, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.